He's got his little rabbit ears for reception. Hopefully that helps the signal for the video. Today we were working on my woodshed. We basically got the main structure almost all the way complete. There's still a few things to do, but Grandpa came over to help get the roof on. So anyways, I'll show you what we got going on so far. Woodshed structure that we got going. First step was me kind of flattening it out a little bit with the excavator, and I had to dig a little trench along that backside because of the groundwater's coming out, and then there's a little trench going this way. As you can see, it's raining. So what we got here is a 20-foot by 25 feet shelter. We're going to be putting 2x4s or 2x6s going across this way on the top of that, and that's what we'll be nailing the sheet metal into. But you can see what we did is on these boards I cut these notches with the chainsaw, and then I nailed these big stakes through them with the sledgehammer. They're about 12 inches long.
3/8 inch diameter.
Yeah, 3/8 inch. There's some big stakes.
You used a big hammer though.
And I was using the sledgehammer.
He got to use it the most.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandpa nailed in what, 2 of them?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
1 or 2. So each one of these trusses has a nail going all the way into that main beam, and then this one has one going into that one has one going into that, and so on and so forth. So it's a pretty cool building. We're not done with it yet, but it's starting to take shape. So Super Dump's finally working again, working tomorrow, which is nice. So you can see how big the woodshed's gonna be. It's 8 foot tall closest to me, and then it's 7 foot tall where Grandpa is at the top of those 4 posts, or 2 posts. 7 foot. These posts are 8 foot tall, right? And so I thought it was a good idea to put the woodshed really close to the sawmill, since the sawmill generates so much scrap lumber. You know, it's probably going to be the main source of wood, I'm guessing. You know, either that or windfall or something. So next step is to cut up some 2x4s or 2x6s and start laying them going this way, and then we can nail in a roof. But I also want to do some better cross beams going this way. We'll do some logs. We're going to use logs and not the 2x4s. I just used the 2x4s to stand it up and get it all basically standing. We use the excavator to put those beams up on top. They're just too heavy to lift, so I set them up on top with the excavator. I built each one of these walls separately and then stood them up with the excavator, and then I nailed these sideboards in to hold it in place. There's 2 of them. And then I stood that second one up and then nailed it to there, and then we started putting the cross beams up on the top. So that's where we're at, guys. I mean, this is quite the project. That's a pretty big structure. So I'm pretty happy with it so far, with the way it's turning out. It's kind of rustic looking, you know, so I figure once we get the roof on, we might even do a second support in the center of each one of these. One right here, one on the other side, and maybe one in the center. I'm not sure. I gotta do some calculations on what the snow load would be, you know, roughly, to see if those beams can support it. But they're basically, what do you think, those are 8 inches thick?
Beam?
Yeah, the cross beams. Yeah, those beams are about 8 inches thick, and so are the ones going this way. And then the uprights are about 12 inches thick. So I don't even know what a snow load for this would really be, but it's a pretty big structure, so we want to make sure it's engineered properly so, you know, it doesn't collapse. There's my raincoat. It's all covered in sawdust. So, what do you guys think? Any comments? Join in on the chat. Let's see what you guys think on the chat. So that's pretty cool. I started building this yesterday by myself, and then Grandpa came over this morning at like what, 10 o'clock? Somewhere around there. So he's been here a few hours. So we've gotten quite a bit done. We are going to take the bark off, but it'll probably be springtime when it gets stripped off. I'll probably strip it off with the pressure washer. Once I get once I get the weld done, then I can do pressure washing, and the bark will probably fall off a lot easier with the pressure washer than me trying to scrape it off. So you can see the mud we're working with. Grandpa likes playing in the mud. He thinks he's making little trails for the mud to go. There's so much. Pretty cool looking. Your grandfather's like the Energizer Bunny. Yeah. Yeah, when I do all the work, he's got plenty of energy. So I don't know, I'll probably buy the roofing tomorrow for this. Probably. What do you think, tomorrow? I'm not doing nothing tomorrow. The super dump's working, no? Oh yeah, I gotta go to Auburn. So yeah, I might as well get the roofing tomorrow. You could come over and we can finish roofing it, Grandpa.
The 12th is the next dedicated day. So you got a couple of days free.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do you think, tomorrow?
Well, that'll be a good day. Supposed to be less rain. I didn't say it wasn't gonna rain.
We got to get some more 2x4s though to put this way. I don't know how many we want. How many do you think we would need?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
About every 2 foot space, 24 inch.
Yeah. And that's 20 foot.
2x4, 2x6.
That's a lot of wood. Yeah.
That way your space between your sheet metal will only have a 2 foot gap for weight on it.
Yeah. Well, and that'll tie that roof together really good too. Once all those 2x4s are nailed in. And so these posts right here, the main posts, they're just sitting on the ground. I'm probably gonna jack the structure up eventually, or you know, blocks or something for it to sit on, so it's not just sitting on dirt. But that's in the future. So I didn't have any concrete, or else I would have did that. But all right, guys. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of what the woodshed was going to look like. Looking pretty cool, so I'll catch you guys on the next one.